Welcome back to the stovetop. Some of you out there might be hunters, so you'll understand what I'm talking about. But some of you out there have probably never gone hunting, have no desire to go hunting. Maybe you even think hunting is unethical. Now, I've only been hunting, this will be my 6th year, I think, of deer hunting. Prior to that, I had gone out squirrel hunting once, but I just didn't hunt. Not because I was against it. I wasn't against it at all. I just had no interest in it. So, in the process of hunting over these past few years, each year I take away something. I learn something new. I get better at it. And I'm really lucky, grateful that the people that have taken the time to teach me how to ethically harvest a deer have done a great job. One of the things that I didn't consider was what I could do with a deer heart. Now, some people cook it up and eat it. It's totally healthy to eat. And that doesn't really appeal to me, but I'm not saying I'd never do it. About probably, I don't know, maybe 9 months ago, maybe longer, a YouTuber whose channel name is Raw Feeding 101, I'll include a link to his channel at the end of this video and in the description section below, told me that I could cut up the deer heart and feed it to my dog raw as a treat. And I thought that would be a great thing to do if I was able to harvest the deer heart. Obviously, if I hit the deer right in the heart, the damage is too much and it's not usable. But in some cases, I don't hit the deer in the heart and I'm able to harvest it. So all he said was to make sure that you put it in the freezer a minimum of 3 weeks in order to kill any parasites. So I've got 3 deer heart in the freezer. They've been in there for anywhere between 1.5 years to 6 months. And, oh, well, really more like 8 months. So a year and 8 months to 8 months. And that's mostly because I've forgotten I've had them. And I've been wanting to get around to making this video where I cut up one of the deer heart and feed it to my dog and maybe even my grand dog. And I finally got off my sorry butt and got around to it. So what I've got right here is the oldest heart. I put them in the freezer from first harvest to last harvest. So I would pull out the oldest one first. You can see it's got a little bit of frost on it. It's got a little freezer burn. I'm really not worried about that, especially for a dog treat. So I have no idea if I can even cut this thing frozen. I don't have a cleaver, but I've got a butchering knife. So I'm going to try to cut this frozen. If that doesn't work, I'll thaw it and then cut it up thawed. But what I'd like to do is cut it into chunks frozen and then bag some of the frozen chunks to put in the freezer. And the other pieces, let them thaw, put them in a container and let them thaw, and then gradually just feed them to the dogs as treats. So I have no idea what to expect. I'm just going with it. So first, I tried to cut through the heart with the butcher knife. I was able to cut off a gristly part on the end of the heart that I'm not going to feed the dog, but that was it. It just wouldn't cut through a solid frozen deer heart. So then I tried a bone saw, and that cut through the heart, but it was a lot of work. And I said, I think I'm just going to let this set and thaw. So it's been thawing for about 7 hours, and I've just cut through the heart. You can see the circular section here. That's more or less just what I've been doing, is just slicing off these sections and then chopping them into chunks. Now I've noticed that there is a fatty tissue, kind of like almost like a I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but it's sinuous material around the heart. So I've had to cut that off or peel it off in some cases before I was able to cube up the meat. A little side note here. I've heard that it's not good to cook something and then put it in the fridge and reheat it too many times. Like, I've heard that really it's best to just reheat it once. Don't cook it and chill it or freeze it and reheat it again and again and again. And that's not exactly what I'm doing here with this deer heart that I've let thaw, and I may refreeze some of it. My butcher has told me on more than one occasion, you can let the meat thaw and refreeze it if you don't use it. Uncooked, obviously. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bag up some of this thawed to feed the dogs, and then bag up some of it and freeze it, and then thaw it gradually and feed the dogs that. But for right now, I'm going to go outside and see how they like this. All right, so let's try with Pepper. Let's see if she likes it. Is that good? Yeah, I'd say she likes it. All right, let's see if Jinx likes it. She kind of spit it out. Okay, she's trying to eat it. She's picked it up off the grass twice. Nope, she spit it out again. No, she's trying again. Yeah, I'm going to say she doesn't like it. She likes the smell of it, but she doesn't like it. So our dog likes it and our grand dog doesn't. So I guess I'll just... Oh, she's trying again. Nope, she doesn't like it. All right, then. There you go. So I'd like to thank Raw Feeding 101 for suggesting this. And as she spits it out yet again, she's trying. So I'd like to thank Raw Feeding 101 for suggesting this. And this is just another way that I can harvest something else off of the deer when I go hunting every year. If I'm able to salvage the heart, it'll make a decent dog treat. Well, at least for our dog, not our grand dog. Thanks for watching.